If you're struggling to get sales on Walmart, the reason is probably because you're not in the BuyBox. And the reason you're not in the BuyBox is because you're not using a Repricer. In this video, we're going to be going over how to use the best Walmart Repricer out there, Flashpricer. And by the end of this video, you're going to know how to fully set up your Flashpricer account, how to create winning pricing strategies, and how to leverage the software to increase sales and to grow your revenue. I've personally been using Flashpricer for over 2 years in my business for both Amazon and Walmart, and I've been able to grow my business by over 200% by using Flashpricer on Walmart. Before I started using Flashpricer, I tested out dozens of Walmart Repricers, and I do not recommend a software that I don't use in my own business. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you inside of my own account how I use Flashpricer, all of the strategies that I create, and how I use it and leverage it to grow my Walmart sales and continue to dominate the BuyBox. And I can personally guarantee you that this is going to be the best Flashpricer tutorial out there because I've trained dozens of sellers on how to use the software, and I've also seen their sales grow. So without further ado, grab a pen, grab your Flashpricer account, and let's get started. First, let's talk pricing and how to set up an account. You can get access to Flashpricer by clicking the link in the description, which is going to be my affiliate link, and you can also use code NOAH50, which gets you 50% off for your first 3 months. In addition to that, when you're signing up for Flashpricer, they also have a 14-day free trial, so you have plenty of time to test out the software and to see if it's right for your business, which I can guarantee you it will be. In terms of pricing, there are several different plans. The starter is going to be great if you only have one channel and you have less than 100 Walmart listings. You can use the builder if you have more Walmart listings, but if you want to use it for more than one channel, so for Amazon and Walmart, then you're going to want to start looking at the growth option. After you create your account, you can go ahead and you can contact and schedule a call with the Flashpricer team. You're most likely going to meet with Gabe or another Flashpricer representative, and they're going to walk you through step by step on how to set up strategies for you and designed for your items that you sell. So once you log into your Flashpricer account, you can go ahead and you can connect your marketplaces by going to settings. And then from there, you can press integrations, and then you can go ahead and you can connect your Walmart or your Amazon account or both. After you connect your account, it's going to take a few minutes or up to an hour for your items to be imported from the marketplaces. In the meantime, what you can do is you can go to strategies on the left-hand side, and you can start by setting up your repricing strategies that you're going to be using for your items. If you're just starting out and you have maybe less than 100 items and you have a mix of WFS or FBM, I recommend creating one strategy, but I'm going to be showing you the 3 main strategies that I use in my business for if you have more than 100 listings and you kind of have a mix of items that are WFS, FBM, and ones that you want to be more aggressive on, ones that you want to be a little bit more lax on. And these are the exact 3 strategies that I use in my business for different situations. The first strategy that you're going to create is you're going to create the main one. So what you're going to do is just press new strategy. From here, just select the marketplace and give it a name. So we can go ahead and we can title it main strategy or something like that. And then you can go ahead and press Walmart. And for this one, we're going to be using for resellers. If you're a private label or a brand owner, then you can go ahead and switch it. But for resellers, once you select it, just press continue. And then you're going to be brought up to the strategy creation part. From here, we're going to select our competition. So what I do is I always compete with BuyBox on my main strategy. We don't want to be the ones lowering the price. Now, in order to win the BuyBox on Walmart, you want to make sure of 3 things. Number 1 is you want to make sure that your price is competitive. And number 2, and this is the most important, you want to make sure that you're offering the fastest shipping. So if you have a higher price, but your shipping is faster, you can actually win the BuyBox. And number 3 is you want to make sure that your account health and your metrics are good. If your metrics are bad, then not only does that risk shutting down your account, but it can also affect your BuyBox win rate. So those are the 3 things that we want to focus on. And because we're not trying to undercut, which is just going to make our competitors undercut, we're going to compete with the BuyBox offer. Now, for this strategy, I am actually not going to select to ignore Walmart as a competitor because unlike Amazon, you can actually compete with Walmart as a seller. So for our main strategy, we're also not going to be ignoring specific sellers. If you come across a use case where you want to ignore a seller or you want to ignore Walmart, you can always just come in here and toggle those on or off. Next, we have the repricing rules. So for here, our main repricing strategy is going to be BuyBox and then match. Next, when Walmart is a competitor, for here, I actually do like to go ahead and undercut Walmart by a little bit. The reason is because when I'm competing against Walmart, I've noticed that there are times where Walmart will go ahead and they'll be priced maybe $1 or $2 above me, and they'll still be winning the BuyBox. So in order to win against Walmart, I usually do like to undercut them by 5 cents. And if I notice that I'm not winning, I can go ahead and I can adjust this. So to start out with, we're going to do when Walmart is competition, we're going to do a subtract, and we're going to go ahead and you can subtract percentage, you can subtract a few cents or $1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to 5 cents, and that's going to be where I start out with. And again, if I am not winning it, I can always adjust that. So for when competition is WFS, we're going to go ahead and we can match that WFS, or you can leave this off because we're already set to match the buy box. So it's kind of redundant. Next, you have when competition is specific seller. So again, for our main strategy, we're going to leave this unchecked. And now if we do have a specific seller that we want to match, or we want to go ahead and raise the price against, we can add them right here. But I would also recommend creating a separate strategy in those cases. Next, when buy box is suppressed, so you can choose it to do not reprice on Amazon. I actually choose it to go ahead and to drop to my minimum and then slowly reprice up. For Walmart, I will actually go ahead and I will subtract. So it will never go below your minimum anyways. But for here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose when buy box is suppressed, compete against lowest price. And then we can go ahead and we can subtract. We can try to subtract a few cents. Maybe we can go ahead and we can subtract $1. So this means that when the buy box is suppressed, it's going to go ahead and subtract $1. And then once the buy box is unsuppressed, it's going to raise our price for us. Next, we have when there is no competition. So if we're the only seller on the listing and there's no other sellers, there's no competition, we're just going to set it to set to max because this will raise our price and it will go ahead and it will make sure that we're selling it at our most profitable, and we can always adjust it. We can always see, is there more room for us to reprice it? But as a standalone rule, when there is no competition, I go ahead and I set it to reprice to my max. The last two settings are when you've acquired the buy box. So in my business, I'd like to either choose do not reprice or algorithmically optimize my price. So when I choose this setting, it's going to see if it can raise my price. And even though I won the buy box, maybe it can go and raise my price, getting me more profit while still keeping me in the buy box. So I like to have Flashpricer's algorithm optimize that and to see, can it make me more money? Lastly, when your item is out of stock, choose do not reprice. You can also set it to your max. So this time or whenever you're selling it, if the buy box price changes, it will go ahead and it will set it to your max, ensuring that you're not selling it for a lower price and missing out on profit. So you can set it right here to set to my max or just do not reprice if that's what you prefer. And then once you're done, continue with your minimum and maximum price settings. Lastly, you need to determine your min and max price. So I like to enter this in manually because it differs depending on the item. Some items I can have a wider range. Some items I want to keep a smaller range, but Flashpricer does give you a lot of different control over that. So you'll see right here, you can manually set your min and max, which is what I like to do. You can also calculate by return on investment. So if you want to make sure that you're earning at least 30% ROI on your cost, so you need to enter in your cost for all of your items, and then Flashpricer will automatically reprice it or set your min and your max price based on the targeted ROI and for the minimum and the maximum. You can also set it by a specific profit margin, as well as you can calculate by a fixed profit that you want to make per item. But again, I like to personally set it manually just because it does differ per item for me. And lastly, there is a map setting. So if you're repricing for products that have a map pricing or a map policy, what you can do is just click right here and then you can supply map for the listings, and Flashpricer will make sure that it does not go below map. All right, that's it. Now you're done. So what you can do is go ahead and choose review and save your strategy. And now we have our brand new Walmart strategy that we can use to assign to listings so that we can start repricing. So after you create your strategy, you're going to head over to your products, and by now your products are going to be imported from the sales channel, and you can start setting them up for repricing. So again, we're going to go to the top left and click products. So in order to assign the strategy to a product, you're going to go to the main products page, and then from there, you can search up your products in any way. You can go ahead and you can enter in a specific title, you can enter in the item ID, and it will find that product. Next, you can also filter, so you can choose only Amazon, Walmart, API data incorrect. You can choose at max price, at minimum price, buy box suppressed, and it really allows you to find all of those items. The filterability is pretty crazy on Flashpricer. Next, you can choose your sales channel. So if you have items on Amazon or Walmart, you can specifically find those. And lastly, you can also search by strategies. So once you assign an item to a strategy, you can go ahead and you can search by it. Next, you can choose which columns are shown. So you'll see right here, I have my columns set like this, and you can turn on sales for 90 days as well as external competition price, but this is kind of how I like it. And then from there, on the left-hand side towards the middle, you can choose which strategy you want for your item. So you'll see right here, I have this item, and I have my FBM aggressive strategy set for this. Let's say I wanted to set a strategy for this one. I can choose FBM aggressive or match BuyBox 1. So if you are brand new and you only created one strategy, you're only going to see that strategy right there, and you can apply it to that item. If you want to switch the strategy, you would just go ahead and click right here, and you would choose the one that you want to switch it to. From there, you need to supply a cost price. Now you can do this individually on this page by simply going and entering a cost price, and then Flashpricer will automatically update. And then if you have it set to calculate your min and max price automatically, it will do so. But if you don't and you have it entered manually like I do, you would just go and you would select your min and max price. So I'm going to do 50, and then I can do maybe 60, and it would go ahead and it would adjust it. You can also enter in your shipping cost if you're doing FBM, and you can also enter in a map pricing if you have that in place for your wholesalers or the brands. All the way on the right hand side, you can see the item status. You can also see when it was created. So I can click right here to turn repricing on or off for this specific listing. I can also see my stock, if the item is out of stock or if it's in stock, and I can see my sales in the last 30 days as well as today. And I can also see my profitability. I can fully sort by all of these numbers by min and max. And I also have competition. Competition is one of my favorite columns. So here, this is going to be the buy box price. And then I can press show competition, and it's going to show all the sellers on that listing. Not only will it show me the competition, but at a glance, Flashpricer actually assigns a competitive score to that listing. So it will tell you, is this a low competitive score? Is it a high competitive score? And how closely do you need to pay attention to this listing? When you click on show competition, it's going to show you all of the offers. So you can sort them by all, FBM, WFS. It also shows you the total stock, and then it breaks it down via FBM and WFS. So you can really see, is this listing FBM heavy? Is it WFS heavy? And then it shows you all the sellers' names. So you can copy the seller's ID. It shows you their price. You can sort it by their price. It shows you if they are charging shipping or if it's free. And this is one of the coolest features, is you can see their price range. So you can see historically what's their lowest price and historically what's their highest price. So this is kind of where you can price against competition, and you can also build in rules to ignore other sellers who maybe aren't competitive. You can build in specific rules to target ones that are extremely competitive. So you can get really granular and get amazing insights on your listings and start to build strategies for the data that you can start to compile. And the last two things that I want to talk about on this page are that you can go and you can change the price very easily by clicking right here, and then you can set the new price and it will tell you kind of the difference. So I can do $56, and then I can press enter, and it's going to say if you want to push this to the marketplace, it's going to be a 12% increase. And then I can click confirm, and it will change the price on the marketplace. So in this case, Walmart. Another really cool feature is that you have advanced insights. So with this, you can go ahead and you can click it. And when you click advanced insights, it's going to give you sales data. So if you've had sales in the last 7 days, and then you've also had repricing, it will be all of the repricing history right there. You'll see your orders and revenue chart, and you'll be able to see a full breakdown and a heat map of when you've had sales and kind of the repricing history and the lowest and the bottom repricing, as well as compared to competition. So it really is incredible data that allows you, again, to just make better repricing decisions for your listings. And it just gives you all of this data in a very clean format to look at. The last two things I want to talk about are bulk uploads and reports. So very simply, bulk uploads allows you to go ahead and download a template. You just upload your item information as well as your costs, and then it will automatically upload your cost in bulk for all of those listings that you've inputted the information for. And then you also have reports. So reports are really cool. This is probably going to be its own video, but with reports, you can choose scheduled reports, as well as you can also download reports, and you can download to, let's say every week, give you a report of the items that aren't selling. So this way you get insights on slow moving inventory, or vice versa. You can create a report right here. So create configure report, report type, and you'll see right here, not repricing, at min price, at max price, listings that are sold out, suppressed buy box. So you can get insights on your inventory that's stale or inventory that's out of stock, and you can make decisions based on the information from these automated reports that Flashpricer is giving you. So you can just choose the report, you can choose the sales channel, and you can go ahead and you can schedule it. Do you want it daily, weekly, monthly? Choose the email that you want it, give it a name, and then schedule it, and it's going to be sent to your email automatically. The last feature that we're going to talk about is the color scheme. So you can very easily change it from light to black, and that is a complete overview of the Flashpricer software. And in a couple of other future videos, I'm going to be showing you how you can build off of this now that we've created our strategy, now that we've gone over how to set it up for items, and we can use this to increase sales and to grow our Walmart business. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free trial of Flashpricer, and also to use code NOAH50, which is going to get you 50% off your first 3 months, which is the best Flashpricer code out there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.